All right, for some of us who have a hard time figuring out where to write an accent, and otherwise known as tilde, as you see up here, this is the page for you. And I got this from the Glencoe website that we've been using. The title of this is called Silabeo, Acento y Tilde. And I'm going to go through some of the steps and explain to you what it is that they mean when they say this is what you need to do to figure out, do you need an accent or not? Because as we see, a lot of the words in the Spanish language carry an accent. And remember, accents always go above vowels, never above consonants. All right, let's take a look at number one. Number one says, antes de saber dónde hay que escribir una tilde es necesario repasar cómo dividir una palabra en sílabas. We need to know how to divide a word in syllables. That's what step number two is going to show us. Una sílaba, number two, se separa, is separated después de una vocal y entre dos consonantes. So we need to look for a pattern. You're going to take a syllable after you've grabbed a consonant like they did here in the word Lima. They looked for the next vowel and then they split the word up before another consonant continued. But notice that in this word, both consonants are next to a vowel. Li and then ma. This word is two syllables. Going across, costa. How did they divide the word this time? Well, here we have our consonants with the vowel and then another consonant. Notice how they had to separate the S and the T. But don't worry, the T does have a vowel. That's our key. Every consonant has to be next to a vowel. Nacido. That's three syllables now. We took na, the N and the A, put them together, and then divided the word out. Then we did C, the C and the I, and then we divided after that. So divide after your vowel. And then we're left with D and O. And don't worry, your D has its buddy, a vowel, the letter O. Nacido. Desastre. This time, we started with the D and the E, de. Now, it's not going to be des. And you're going to connect the S here, the SAS, together. Desastre. If you can remember from costa over here, the S and the T look like there's something that needs to be separated now. Desastre. De, DE together. Sas, SAS. So here we have two consonants, but they are matched up with the vowel. And then tre, T-R-E. So the T is separated from the E with the R, but it's still in a syllable where there is a vowel. Continuing on in the second row, bu and then que, buque. Second word, culto, culto. We've separated the L and the T. Third word, polaco, polaco. Last word, costumbre, costumbre. And there's my pattern again. S and T look like they're getting separated here. Now notice in this last one here, the M, B, R, and above, T, R, E. It looks like that E at the end can handle two consonants together, but we can't have the three consonants together. M, B, R, E. We had to separate between the M and the B. And in our last row, vida, separate, V-I-D-A. That one was easy, like Lima. Mismo. Again, that S looks like it doesn't want to hang on to something. M-I-S and then M-O. Bodega. Easy like Lima and Vida. It's consonant vowel, consonant vowel, consonant vowel. And aspecto. Again, our S has been taken away from something. A-S likes to be separate. P-E-C and then T-O. Aspecto. Number three says las consonantes L y R precedidas de cualquier consonante menos S se enlazan con esta consonante y no se las puede separar. What we're talking about here are specific consonants L, R, and S. And when they're preceded by any consonant besides S, what's going to happen is that they're going to be attached to the other consonant that they're connected to. Let's look at all of our words. I see an L in blanco, an R in bravo. They're both next to the B. So what we did here is the bl and the br. They stay together. And they're going to form the first consonant, blanc, and then co, or the first syllable rather. And in bra, and then bo, we've separated between the A and the V. The B and the R stay enlazan, they stick together. Again, the L with another consonant, C, gla, and then se, as it says here, se enlazan, they stick together. And then tro, the T and the R, and then pi-cal, tropical. Number 4. Nota que las siguientes palabras terminan en vocal. La sílaba recuadrada es la tónica, o sea, la sílaba es acentuada. What that means is the tonic syllable, the tónica sílaba, is where you put the stress when you say a word. So if your name is Monica, Mónica in Spanish, you put the stress on mo. You don't say Manica or Monica. We say Manica or Mónica. We're putting the stress in the M-O. So here our words are mesa, estado, concepto, enlazado, casa, persona, frontera, resultado. I'm going to look at that yellow syllable. And even before I read the rest of the explanation, I'm seeing a pattern. When we separate the syllables, mesa, see where the cursor's at? Está, and then do. It looks like we're going to put the stress automatically in the second to last syllable when a word ends in a vowel. All of these words end in a vowel. It doesn't matter that they're mainly all a or o. It's any vowel. We automatically put the stress without having to write an accent in the second to last vowel. So let's read the rest of this and see if we're correct. La sílaba recuadrada es la tónica, o sea, la sílaba acentuada, la que tiene más fuerza. Las palabras que terminan en vocal reciben el acento en la penúltima sílaba, that means the second and last syllable, con muy pocas excepciones. So we are correct. When a word ends in a vowel without having to write an accent, all of these words are naturally going to fall that stressed syllable second to last. Let's listen to them again. Mesa, estado, concepto, enlazado, casa, persona, frontera, resultado. I'm putting the stress on the second and last syllable. Mesa, estado, concepto, enlazado, casa, persona, frontera, resultado. And that's how they sound naturally. Number 5. Nota que una palabra que termina en consonante. Now it's different. All of my words here end in a consonant. Con la excepción de N o S. With this exception, N or S. Actually, N or S is going to go up in number 4. Recibe el acento en la última sílaba. That means now we're going to put the stress if a word ends in a consonant on the last syllable. Las que terminan en N o S reciben el acento en la penúltima sílaba. So right here it's telling us anywhere that ends in N or S goes in number 4. We can look at that further in number 6. So let's take a look at our words. Factor, civil, verdad, universal, comunidad, inmigrar. All of these words end in a consonant other than N or S. And I'm putting the stress in the last syllable. I'm not saying factor, I'm saying factor. I'm not saying civil, I'm saying civil. Notice I'm saying vil, that's where I'm putting the stress. I don't say verdad, I say verdad, verdad. Or if you're in Spain, verdad. I don't say universal, universal, universal. I say universal. I put the stress in the sal, the last syllable. Comunidad, last syllable. And inmigrar, last syllable. And actually, they do give you some examples here. Casas, inmigrantes, rurales, estados, olvidan, inmigran. These words also end in an S or an N, and other options could be inmigrante before you make the word plural, and nothing happens when you make the word plural by adding an S to the pronunciation. You still stress the second to last syllable. And if I go down to rural, we know that a word, if it ends in a consonant, we're going to add ES to make it plural. Estado, again, just add S, but we don't change the pronunciation, the flow of the word. Here, olvidan and inmigran, these are verbs, and olvida is the usted form, the ella form, and then I can just add the n for it to be the ellos, ellas, ustedes form. Same thing with inmigran. And again, we don't change the flow of the word, the way it sounds when you pronounce it. That's where we're going to stop for today before we start going on to part 6, where you add the syllables. So steps 1 through 5 are how you should normally pronounce words before you have to write in an accent.